Hi, this is Hunter the Honda Mackinnon bringing you not one, but two top fives. Yes, it's a top 5 double feature with He-Man. Today I'll be bringing you my top 5 Skeletor moments and my top 5 monsters from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And without further ado, let's get to the first list. Now, Skeletor, of course, is the most awesome villain in cartoons, period. Not just because he's evil, not just because he has a skull for a head, but because he has such an infectious laugh. And on the number 5 spot for my top 5 favorite Skeletor moments, this one isn't actually a specific moment, so to say, or even a specific line, but it's actually the entire first section of an episode, The Dragon Invasion, which of course is that awesome episode where Skeletor breeds all these fast-growing dragons and takes over Castle Grayskull and traps the sorceress in a crystal ball. But my favorite part of the episode is, of course, the intro where the mother dragon gets all pissed and Skeletor uses his magic, and then when he tells Beastman to take off with the eggs, he decides to give him a little bit of attitude.
What makes you think you can always order me around? Now move!
Yeah, Beastman, you're his bitch. Go do his dirty work. Okay, number 4. This one is a small animation error, at least I think it's an animation error, from the episode Colossar Awakes, which is not really one of my favorite episodes, but whatever. Really, in this episode, He-Man gets into the ship where Beastman and Skeletor are, he throws Beastman at Skeletor, and then Skeletor painfully elbows Beastman right off of him. But in the very next scene, it looks like he's kind of holding on to him, like he's sort of concerned for him or something. So yes, I call this number 4 Skeletor's sorry mate moment. So, sorry mate. Number 3, now we're getting to the good ones. Okay, this is one from one of my favorite episodes of all time, Evilseed, that episode where He-Man and Skeletor have to team up to fight an evil vegetable. And at one point, Skeletor makes a pretty pathetic attempt of seducing He-Man to the dark side.
Don't you get awfully tired of being a hero all the time?
Oh, scratch that. I like this line even better when they're climbing up the tower.
Don't you ever feel like doing something evil?
Number 2 is the best comeback line from Skeletor ever. Just listen to it.
It's Drakadon.
A hungry Drakadon, and we're taking him to lunch at the palace.
Not if we stop you first.
I'm sorry, He-Man, but you weren't invited.
And finally, number 1 from one of my favorite episodes of all time, The Quest for He-Man, that episode with that evil bunny called Plunder the Spoiler. In fact, Skeletor's not even in this episode all that much. He's only in at the very beginning where he puts a spell on He-Man that causes him to lose his memory and throws him into another dimension. Anyway, this little spell, of course it all rhymes.
By the powers of darkness, evil, and fear, I command He-Man's memory to now disappear.
Oh wait, it gets better.
Doorway, now prove that Skeletor is clever. Sweep He-Man inside you and hold him forever!
So there you have it, my top 5 favorite Skeletor moments. Let's get on with the next top 5. Next up, my top 5 favorite monsters from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. He-Man has fought a lot of different kinds of monsters, and not all of them are really good ones, like this lion thing from Orko's favorite uncle. You know, sometimes they try to combine 2 different animals together, basically, create a monster, but every once in a while, He-Man fights a really epic monster, and these are the 5 of the ones that really stood out in my book. Number 5, the Crimson Scurge from the Ordeals in the Darkland, and the name alone would be pretty awesome, but then you see the monster, you think, wait a minute, it's just a cougar that's been colored entirely red. But then again, it can breathe fire, and it's been made a big deal all over the episode how He-Man can't really beat him, he's just spending a lot of time getting out. So really, this is a very simplistic monster design, which I really like, but the reason it's number 5 is that it's really easy to defeat. With water. Fuck. Alright, number 4. This one is from The House of Shakoti Part 2, and it is The Sleeping Beast. Of course, The Sleeping Beast is one of the most gruesome-looking monsters from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I mean, god damn! Kids had nightmares over this thing. Oh my fucking god. So, props for Filmation for creating a really, really disgusting-looking monster. The only bad thing, it didn't really get to do anything in the episode. Number 3 from the search for the VHO, it's the Kraken. And although it doesn't look anything like the Kraken from Norse mythology, that was more like a giant octopus, you know, this monster is absolutely epic. Why? Because he has one of the best animated fight scenes with He-Man ever. Also, the search for the VHO is probably the most funniest episode of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, so it's worth watching already without the Kraken, but with the Kraken, it's even more awesome. Number 2, the Drakadon from the creatures from the Tar Swamp. This guy kind of looks like Godzilla, and even though he didn't get like a big fight scene or anything, it's because the creatures from the Tar Swamps were more of an Orko episode anyway, so there was a big storyline to do, but it's a really awesome episode, and I really like this monster, the way it pans up, and basically Skeletor took over Planet Eternos with just the Drakadon. Yes, next time you want to go conquer yourself a palace, take your Drakadon with you. And finally, number 1, and this is no surprise for anybody who saw my commentary of my number 1 favorite episode of He-Man, The Reign of the Monster. This is Mulcrum! Okay, so I criticized before that Filmation would sometimes combine animals to create monsters, but they did not combine animals. They combined stuff. And that is always much better than combining actual animals. So it has a horse body, a horse head, some sharp teeth, tentacle arms, devil horns, it shoots beams out of its eyes, and it has fucking epic heavy metal hair. Mulcrum! Awesome! And let's not forget that Mulcrum went toe-to-toe with He-Man, almost beat him until the sorceress came in and distracted him. So Mulcrum is my number 1 monster from the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, from my number 1 episode of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And that wraps up this top 5 double feature. Stick around for next time when I'll be redoing one of my classic top 10s. See you on the next one! But my favorite part of the episode is the very beginning when they're stealing the dragon eggs, the mother dragon gets all pissed off, Skeletor wins him over. Bye. Oh wait, scratch that. I like this line even better, the one where they're going up Oh, scratch that. I like this line even better, the one when they're Oh, scratch that. I like this line even better, the one when they're Oh, scratch that. I like this line even better. It's the one that comes when the thing on the paw of the bee. Oh, scratch that. I like this line even better. It's when they're climbing up the tower and Skeletor is still bow. Number 3 from the search for the... Alright, next up, the... Don't you just hate it when you trip over your own tongue and you start singing the He-Man theme song?